In the words of George Balekji, oh, yeah.
Come on, now.
How low can you go? Can you go down low? Hey, all the way to the flow. Oh, he's dropping it low. Don't go too low. I need you for the show. Hey, welcome into Boston.
I'm happy I thought of that. Normally, I'm not that quick on my feet.
How's that for an intro? Travis Thomas here with George Balekji.
What up?
Here inside the PNC Bank studio where we just party, as you can see. Welcome to the party. We love having you here. And remember, you can get involved per usual. You can email us at thechat@nesson.com. You can also tweet us with the hashtag NessonChat. So get involved. Get in here. The water's fine. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing good, bro.
Way to bounce back with that chair. I thought I lost.
I was happy it stood up after me, too. Not going to lie. I was like, I'm going to be stuck down here forever, aren't I?
Just do the show standing. It's no big deal.
Honestly, there are days to do it. Why not? Still hasn't hit me.
Well, it better.
Bill's at UNC.
It better. It's real.
Know what I loved, man? Is that we're going to get a lot of Bubba Cunningham.
Yeah, we're getting a lot of Bubba. We're going to get a lot of Bubba.
I'm actually happy about this.
I am, too. Coming up, it's official. Chapel Bill is in full effect on Tobacco Road, so we'll discuss that. Plus, somebody's got to win. Somebody's got to lose. Somebody's got to play the fool at the winter meetings. We'll explain, and as always, we'll preview Sunday night's big NFC clash between the Packers and the Seahawks. But let's start it off the way we always do with what's trending. This is where we take 3 stories in the world of sports. We only get 3 minutes to discuss them before that loud buzzer interrupts us.
Passive aggressive.
It really is. All right, so let's start with Mariah Carey because 'tis the season.
Yeah.
Every December, Mariah
comes back.
Me and Mariah. I mean, she comes back. I mean, she's just thawing out in October and November. But December, that's her time. All I want for Christmas is you. Mariah on Netflix. She will kick off the NFL slate for Netflix on Christmas Day with the games there. Those games, by the way, George, Chiefs at Steelers, Ravens at Texans. Great job, Netflix. We got great matchups, and Mariah's going to kick it off.
You know how I feel about concerts before games. Hate them.
You do.
Absolutely hate them.
You do.
But it's Mariah Carey and it's Christmas.
Yeah, dude.
Can't hate on this one.
Yeah, I know. Our esteemed producer, Brendo, he actually, this is like a trigger for him. Like when he
Christmas
hears
music?
Well, specifically Mariah's. When he hears that opening note, all I want for Christmas is you. He rages out. You and I, we feel joy.
Yeah.
Right? We're in a Christmas spirit.
Yeah.
Jovial. Dare I say, old St. Nick-ish.
I thought I was a hater.
Yeah, Brendo, rage.
Wow.
True story. He said he was at a wedding reception and it came on. He had to leave the premises, take a breath. He had to take a breath. He had to take a beat, had to go outside and collect himself. True story.
You know, I just picture like someone playing that at a stoplight. Brendan gets out, puts his car in park, gets out, takes a bat out of his trunk, and just starts hitting their taillights. Shut that off. Damn. This would be great.
Look, we're all humans. There's been Christmases where I'm not in the most Christmas
not
spirit.
Feeling it.
I'm a little Scrooge-ish. But when the Mariah song comes on, it lifts me up. Like it helps me find that.
Yeah. I'm not a Christmas music guy. But listen, I don't hate on Mariah. I don't go out of my way.
Okay. But you don't hate on Mariah.
Yeah, if it's on, it's on.
Right.
I mean, Jingle Bell Rock's my jam.
Oh, now you're talking.
Yeah. That's nostalgic for me.
I'm a Silent Night guy, like a ballad. Like, give me a nice fireplace. No, let me paint the picture.
The loudest person I know, like Silent Night.
It's because I need to recharge. You don't get this energy without recharging. You know what I mean?
Fair.
So just let me paint the picture. A little eggnog.
Uh-huh. A lot of eggnog.
I'm a player, so I got a bearskin rug, nice fireplace. My place smells of rich mahogany. And then I play Silent Night. Oh, man, that's Christmas right there. What? Was it the bearskin rug?
Yes.
What did I say?
You are from the country, though.
I'm from the country.
You're a country boy.
I wrestled that damn bear myself with my bare hands.
Skinned it that night.
Damn
slept in the hide.
Yeah.
Then packed it up.
I deserve this eggnog. And this Mariah Carey.
Something I want to ask you, because now they're starting to flood in.
All right.
Christmas cards.
Okay.
I'm anti.
Anti?
And the reason I'm anti-Christmas card
is
because when I get it, I appreciate it.
Yeah.
But I go, look, in a month I'm going to throw this out.
Yeah.
And I look at it and I go, save your money.
Yeah.
Don't send it to me. I'm the same with wedding invites.
Yeah.
Just tell me when it is.
Okay.
Why do you do Christmas cards? Why should I not be a Scrooge on Christmas cards?
I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to put you in the same category as our producer who put that buzzer on us. You're being a Scrooge. Okay, Christmas cards are not so they last forever. You could throw them away in a month. It's fine. It's just about the Christmas spirit. It's just for you to encapsulate it when you look at it. Then you can toss it like the rest of us.
It's not that I'm cheap. It's just if a Christmas card costs $5 and a bottle of Johnny Walker Black costs $45.
Well,
I have no issue spending that $45 because I'm gonna enjoy that. The Christmas cards, I'm just like, what?
Why didn't you say that first? Of course, I'll take the Johnny. All right, BC transfer
Send
Thomas.
shooters with your Christmas cards like a Johnny Walker Black shooter.
Hey, that's not a bad gift, actually. BC transfer Thomas Castellanos committed to Florida State. Your thoughts on this? Because you and I talked about like a landing spot for him, and I don't remember your take on it, but mine, and I'm very consistent with this, I think this is a mistake. And I remember when it was announced he was transferring, you know, I just – a lot of rumors were that he was going to go to Florida State and be reunited with Gus Malzahn and all that stuff. But look, I'm going to tell you the truth. I think this is a mistake because I think he should have gone to a smaller school and broke every record possible. Mm-hmm. And when I say smaller school, I'm not talking like Prairie View here, like relax. But I mean like a North Dakota State. Some of these smaller like powerhouse schools, a Liberty. Mm-hmm. I could see him going to one of those and being prolific and leaving his mark on college football because he is not a pro quarterback. We all understand that. Can we have honest conversations around here or what? So you going to Florida State, okay, they're struggling. You'll get some playing time. You'll get a couple highlights here or there. But what's the end game? If I'm him and likely my college career is going to be it, I mean, I want to go somewhere and leave my mark. May I live forever. I'm breaking every damn record there is at your podunk school. Thanks.
Yeah.
And that's going to be my legacy.
How much is that podunk school paying me? Because I'm not going to the NFL.
That's what this is.
Yeah.
The bag.
I'm 5'10". I'm a sick athlete. I'm not going to the NFL. Who's got that NIL?
Yeah.
What's interesting is he's reuniting with Gus Malzahn.
Yeah.
Who's at UCF. He spent a season with Malzahn, was the backup quarterback, transferred to BC, and that's why he spent 2 years in the Heights. Malzahn's now the OC at FSU.
Right.
He is going to learn from Malzahn and Mike Norvell, which, look, there's a massive stink around Florida State this year. I get it. Mike Norvell is one of the better head coaches in all of college football.
Sure.
It's a good spot for him. Put up big numbers. You get paid by the Seminoles. And also, man, you go to North Dakota State. Look, there's high expectations in Tallahassee.
Oh, yeah.
What they watched this year, Seminoles fans, was so bad that Castellanos will just be a breath of fresh air, man. That's it. It's like when Mac Jones was putrid.
Yeah.
Then you have Bailey Zappi coming out there shooting lasers out of his eyes.
Zappy.
And everyone's like, I love this.
Yeah.
It's just because the other experience was so bad.
Right.
My southern accent's going wild. I just give a bunch of New Englanders.
Well, I mean, listen.
Bailey Zappi is from Texas and
To
went to Western Kentucky.
be fair, we're talking about Florida State and Tallahassee. They do have that
country.
twang.
Oh, it is?
They have that twang.
Country.
Yeah, it's twang.
Oh, it's more of like a, hey, Seminoles.
What is that?
Talk slow.
Why?
Got gumbo? I don't know. Now I'm
Right.
going like, now I'm in like Louisiana.
They are educated. Shout outs to the Knowles. I'm a fan.
Oh, yeah. Florida State's a great school.
Look, he's going to be fine. He's a good player. You're right. The bag of
you got
money
the
at
bag.
Florida
That's
State
it.
is
Yeah.
bigger than it would at a Liberty. But I guess I would care about my college legacy. Call me crazy.
It's Gus Malzahn and that system will bring back to putting an emphasis on his legs and using his legs, and that's when he's his best. Put something together, man. It's good for him.
All right,
Get
next
paid.
story, George. Did you see future Patriot Travis Hunter, manifesting, has signed an endorsement deal with Adidas? Now, I was hoping that this would be New Balance
No.
since we're right here.
No.
And he's going to be here anyways. But I understand, much like you said with Castellanos with FSU, you know, hey, you got to get the bag, and Adidas clearly gave him the money. As you see here, Travis Hunter signed with Adidas. Your thoughts on this?
I love this. I mean, good for him. Already getting paid. He'll be playing in the bowl game. Sounds like. I mean,
Yeah,
Prime
of course.
wants all those guys too. This is what happens, and I like it. The players get the money now. Give them that Adidas
Mm-hmm.
money now. When he's at Colorado, that's a Nike school. This is a huge gift for Adidas because Travis Hunter is not only one of one going to win the Heisman. The only player we've seen literally be a top 3 receiver in every major statistical category and then play a full workload at cornerback. But what he is today, man, he's a streamer.
Yep.
He's huge with the kids. You get those 3 stripes on him, they're going to be selling like crazy.
Man.
I get the New Balance. You want the Boston Connect. Look, I'm a big supporter of New Balance. Love my 860s. I got a bunch of 550s.
Then why'd you say no when I said New Balance?
New Balance football cleats? Nah. That ain't it.
He would be the face.
No, Marvin Harrison Jr.'s on New Balance.
See?
Put Travis Hunter with them 3 stripes, man.
Yeah, it's because it's his own.
That's
you're
big
saying.
for him. Speaking of streams, you see what he said about Drake May?
I did. He was
Someone
on his,
like commented,
I
"You
think
and
that's
Drake,
his
man?"
stream.
Yeah.
I think he does that.
And he's like playing video games. Like,
Yeah.
oh, me with Drake May, that's tough.
Yeah.
He just went back to playing video games.
Awesome. That tells me everything I need to know. He's open to it. We've talked about this.
Yeah.
Some of these players with Prime, and Prime has come out and said, like, hey, Shadur's not going to just play for anyone. You don't think Travis Hunter's like a son to Prime?
Oh, he is.
Of course he is. So if Deion Sanders doesn't approve, or if Travis Hunter feels empowered and emboldened because of Deion Sanders, be like, I'm not going there. Or same with Shadur Sanders, then you got a problem on your hands, okay? You got some convincing to do, maybe,
Yeah.
and they could be staunch and say, we're not coming. So for Travis to be on his stream and say, yeah, me and Drake May, that sounds pretty cool. Great. He's open to it. Now you just need the Patriots to do what they're doing. Lose. So you can draft this kid at number 3 overall. What?
They could get a top 2 pick.
Okay.
Raiders
fine.
play the Jaguars.
Do what you always do. Lose. So you can draft this kid number 2 overall.
Garrett Bowles, by the way, guys, 4-year extension he signed with the Broncos. So
There's another one that's
you need to draft.
not going to come
you
here,
need
right?
to draft a left tackle.
Oh, God.
They could sign Cam Robinson.
Start the buzzer.
Cam
Where's
Robinson.
the buzzer?
They could sign Cam Robinson.
By the way, should be noted, Travis Hunter also named AP Player
Yes.
of the Year as well.
That's
we
gonna
don't
be
need
nice.
the buzzer.
AP Player of the Year, bag from Adidas, Heisman, drafted 2nd overall to the New England Patriots.
Now you're talking. Want to be a part of the conversation? Tweet at us using the hashtag NessenChat or email the chat at Nessen.com to join the chat. Boston has entered the chat is available on YouTube, Spotify, Apple, Amazon, and wherever else podcasts are found.
I got to make a, what's it called? I have to admit something.
Amendment?
No, not amendment. I have to admit something here.
Oh, confessions?
yes, thank
These are my confessions.
Director was hitting the wrong button. I didn't hear the buzzer once.
Come on.
Yeah.
No
F
wonder.
that buzzer. I was going to say midway through, and then I was like, nope, not going to say it because then the buzzer will be in my ear. Director Ryan does a great job. And you know why he's my favorite director?
Why?
Because he didn't put the buzzer in my ear.
Can you guys tell from all these episodes we do that we love that buzzer really secretly? Because we don't. All right, let's talk Chapel Bill. Thank you.
I still don't hear it.
Thank you. Bill Belichick. You still didn't hear it? Bill Belichick introduced.
My eyepiece working.
Can you guys put it in his ear? Is there a way?
Wait,
Is there the technology?
Wait, real quick. Buzzer it.
I mean, my God.
Oh, okay.
Oh, now
my
you got
feed
it.
was unplugged.
Yeah, that's interesting. Mine felt like the buzzer again on steroids. So thanks for jacking mine up in the audio. Bill Belichick introduces the next head coach at UNC. We had his introductory press conference. I think the best way to do this, because we have a lot of feelings on this,
Yeah.
is to just go to Bill himself.
Yeah.
Chapel Bill will give you, in case you missed it, we'll give you the flavor, the tenor of the press conference, and then we'll react to it on the other side of this.
Chancellor Bubba, thank you. I can't express my gratitude to both of you, the Board of Trustees, for this amazing opportunity. I've always wanted to coach in football, coach in college football, and it just never really worked out. Had some good years in the NFL, so that was okay. But this is really kind of a dream come true. I grew up in college football with my dad. As a coach at Navy for 50 years, so as a kid, all I knew was college football, and so it's great to come back home to Carolina and back in an environment that I really grew up in. When you're little, you don't remember everything. Obviously, I was too young to remember a lot of things from Carolina. But as I grew up, you hear the same story over and over and over and over again. And so one story I always heard was Billy's first words were, "Beat Duke." So, full circle. But again, very grateful and appreciative for the opportunity. This is a great process. I've learned so much about the university and the support that we have for the football program. And this is, obviously a great educational school, and the kids here are outstanding. And we want to, transfer that over to the football field and have an outstanding football team with those student athletes. So, I'm here to as Bubba said, teach, develop, and build the program in the way that I believe in. And so grateful to have Michael, with me in this process. Michael and I have worked together for going all the way back over 30 years. And, he has a great knowledge of the general manager role, if you will, in this type of position with terms of, scouting 2 sets of players, high school players and college portal players, as well as dealing with some version of what's called salary cap, which is now, part of college football. So all that being said, I look forward to working, here. I talked to the players a little earlier, and, it was a great opportunity to start to get to know them and start to build the program. And I'm excited to continue that process. And also met with Coach Kitchens, who will be, the first member of the staff that we hire. And, I have a ton of respect for him, as well as for Mac. There's a lot of respect for Mac and his career, what he's done. So also look forward to, connecting with him down the road. But excited to be here, excited to be in college football, excited for the opportunity to build and develop young student athletes, young men, and prepare them for their life, either in the NFL or professionally. But the lessons they learn will be professional lessons. They'll be pros in all areas, and that's what we want to develop, as well as having a winning program, a successful program. But we want to develop good people and good kids and good football players. So,
Bill seems so relaxed.
Yeah.
He was happy. He had energy. There was a pep in his step. There was one point during the press conference where someone asked him something and he just rambled. And even at the time, I was thinking, man, this guy's going on and on. And he makes a joke midway through, and he goes, sorry, I'm rambling, but, I'm just trying to answer the question. And in my head, I'm like, dude never talked for 20 years, and now he can't stop talking. He was smiling. I think he's really happy. And I think, a lot of this, and he talked about it, is family. You heard him there. My dad, and then now he's coaching college, and then his son is the heir apparent. This is legacy. This is family to him. Bill's clearly feeling younger than ever. I mean, he just seems happy. And not to get all sappy on you here, but I think that's a lot of this. I think the NFL's a grind. Not that college isn't.
Yeah.
But I think just what college represents to Bill now at this stage of his life. I think this is like the end game for him. I think I have confidence he'll build UNC. They're not going to be some powerhouse here. He may get them in the playoff before it's all said and done.
Yeah.
But even by the time they get there, by the time he builds them to there, he's going to hand over a behemoth to his son. That's what this is. I'm going to develop players here. I'm going to get guys to the league. I'm going to improve UNC football. Lord knows the exposure, the ratings, the eyeballs, the interest on UNC football. Bill's going to build all that up. And then I think he hands it over to his son, who will have all the success here. And that's part of Bill's legacy in the end.
If he leaves with 6 Super Bowl trophies, well, 8, he'll say it now because he won 2 as a DC. You'll see in a lot of reports, 8-time Super Bowl champion coach. and builds up UNC to something and makes them modern in football, man.
Yeah.
He takes a non-traditional football school and turns them into a football school.
Right.
ACC's tough, but I think what you point out, and we heard it, like Seth Wickersham put out the long report on ESPN, and he boiled down Belichick's choice to go to UNC to this. This is from his write-up. It was because, in the words of a confidant, Belichick is disgusted in what he believes the NFL had become. This is a big F you to the NFL, another Belichick confidant says. And basically, it's the modern-day NFL is no longer the NFL he came up with and what he learned from Bill Parcells. The coach does everything. Picks the groceries and cooks. Right. Yep. He wasn't going to have absolute control. If any job he was going to take. That wasn't the case with Atlanta. That's why, I mean, he wanted it. He wanted to coach, but they didn't pick him because he wanted absolute control. It's why no one was having any interest in him. He would not take this job this early. He could have held off till after Ryan Day gets fired and Ohio State loses and doesn't win a national championship, and he could take the Ohio State job. He knew what it was going to be. He did his due diligence. And you know what? You have to be happy. You have to yuck it up. You have to play the game because it's college now. There is a part of, especially, like, you can't just walk in, be a curmudgeon, and be like, well, I know what I'm doing. You're an idiot. You got to be nice with donors. You got to get the NIL money, which UNC is providing, and you just got to play the game.
Yeah, I think that's well said. I mean, even what I was describing that I saw in this press conference, him being happy and a little more loose and laid back, that is the way, organically, you can relate to a younger player. You know, you and I talked about this. I think to Jim Harbaugh at Stanford and Michigan, Pete Carroll at USC comes to mind. Older coaches who just had this energy about them and this fun-lovingness about them, this almost this bubbliness to them. Even though, you know, they're grizzled head coaches, but they were fun. Older guys, but young, spirited guys. That's not Bill. But I think a softer, kinder, gentler Bill will resonate with the youngsters. My only thing about this is I just don't know if kids today care as much as maybe he thinks. And what I mean is, you know, look, I know you just read the quote where he's disgusted with what the NFL has become. If he really said that, he's missing the boat on college football. I mean, college football is worse. How's that sound? In the NFL, you have salary caps and NFLPA and Roger Goodell. Everyone hates him, but that's a commissioner who's involved in things. There are guardrails for things in that NFL. College football right now, George, there are no guardrails. You do whatever the hell you want. The most money wins, okay? There's no guardrails on anything. So I don't know what Bill's thinking here in terms of that, but at the same time, as a teacher, as a guy who can get me to the league, develop me as a player, there's no one better than him in the history of the world.
Yeah,
I just don't know if kids care now. They know who he is, but they don't have any connective tissue to the dynasty. They know he's the GOAT in the NFL. But kids now think about the money, baby. How much money can I make in NIL? And I know I hear you. You're saying there's an influx of cash because of him. He has someone handling NIL that'll deal with all that. But Bill was a haggler with contracts with the Patriots.
Yeah.
I hope that Bill stayed in New England because if that's Chapel Bill, the haggler, well, Ohio State's offering you this. We're not going to go that high. It ain't going to work, brother. I'm sorry. I don't give a damn where you coach. College football is worse than the NFL right now when it comes to that.
Yeah, it's all about the money, and especially, like, there's no commitment. At least when you're in the NFL, you have guys 2, 3, 4-year commitments.
Yeah.
It's year to year, but he has a $20 million NIL. He has the guys in place, and he has the structure there. And I get the detachment, guys won't care. And we do hear, like, of the Travis Hunters, of the Shador Sanders, of the Cam Wards, how much they're making, right? All this NIL money going all around. But that's not everybody. And there are certain guys that'll make less when they first get into the NFL before they get that big paycheck because they're making so much of NIL. Majority of college football players aren't making that much scratch, and the dream is still the NFL.
Yeah.
And I think that will still resonate with them.
I think so, too.
He he still matters.
He's got some juice.
And you go in, you talk to him. A lot of these guys, they want to get to the NFL. You'll see the coaching staff. You'll see the NFL pedigree. The resources aren't the best when it comes to facilities, but if the NIL money's there, you're going to learn from Bill Belichick. And he goes, look, what did John Calipari always say at Kentucky? My job isn't to win national championships.
And he didn't. Not as many as you thought.
My job is to get you to the NBA.
Yeah.
And he did that more than anybody.
He did, but even that.
But that's all Bill has to do, Trav,
Get
to get
to
some
the
of the
league.
top ones.
Yeah.
And then sure enough, in football, which is a huge team sport, they got the guys, the fundamentals are going to be there. The game management's going to be spot on. The execution will be there.
Yeah.
You have him matching up with the Dabo Sweeney. I mean, he is going to just mind erase Dabo Sweeney.
Yeah.
And simple like punt coverage.
Right.
Rhett Lashley's doing a good job. Let's see how they match up. Mario Cristobal is good. I mean, that guy's still learning his way out there on the field. And I'm talking just ACC coaches right now.
Sure.
You get him on that field, he's going to mess around and steal games. He's going to take a 6-7 win UNC team. He's going to have 9 or 10 wins year one.
Oh, geez, year one.
Football playoff year two.
Look, just to play devil's advocate, UNC was already putting cats in the league. Now he could put more.
It's a Drake May. It's a Josh Downs.
And Strabisky. There's a history of UNC guys in the league. I think it's got to be.
But it's every once in a while. Now it'll be a consistent factory.
Right.
It's going to become an Alabama.
So I think that needs to happen, but you also have to win. In other words,
he doesn't have to win.
You can't. This is where we disagree.
He has to win for his legacy.
I don't think Bill can come in. No, he has to win to get UNC where they want to put UNC. They want UNC to be a perennial playoff team in college football with a chance at natties. Okay, well, two things can be true at once. I think Bill, who talked a lot about player development, getting kids to the league, cool, feels like a recruiting pitch to me, but that's what you're supposed to do. You're a college coach now. But if you're getting guys to the league, right, and you're not a perennial playoff team, and you're not competing for natties, let's call it 3 years, 4 years, is that a success? I almost think we need to define success as it pertains to Bill Belichick, the college football head coach. Mm-hmm. Because if it's just getting guys in the league, I'm sorry. UNC does that. They put guys in the league. They have a decent bowl. They're not playoff bowl games, but you can catch UNC in a Duke's Mayo Bowl near you. You know what I mean? But is that success for Belichick? I'm putting guys in the league, and I'm in the spare tire bowl for the 4th year. I think that sucks. Belichick needs to not only – I didn't hear enough about college football playoff and national championships in this press conference. Bill needs to not only put players in the league, but you gotta put wins on the mantle, brother. You gotta get the Tar Heels in the playoffs every year, and then eventually work yourself to where you're competing for national championships.
But he knows if he gets NFL guys there, like the 4 stars. Let's just start at 4 stars. It's not even mentioned 5 stars with UNC yet.
Yeah.
If he gets 4 stars there, you pitch to these guys because that's what it starts. It's all about recruitment in the NFL. It's NIL, but still interest. You get those guys to buy in, the playoff comes. He knows. What do you need? You need dudes. And with the way UNC looks at it, look at Colorado. They got Deion Sanders. They've been the focal point of college football, you can say, for better or worse. And all of a sudden, they're getting renovations done to that stadium they've never seen before. Look at A&M when Johnny Manziel got there. He built Kyle Field. It's all around. They just need a flash in a pan at a certain point, and then from that point on, their consistency and college football relevancy. But they need that person that can push them to the top, and Bill Belichick's that type of guy.
I think it's deeper than that. I think it's money, and I think stylistically too. George, what are they going to do? Play great defense and run the ball?
Yeah, they're going.
No kid wants to be a part of that.
Yes, if you're getting guys to the NFL, and it's offensive linemen, it's defenders. Who cares?
God,
you're getting guys to the NFL.
But I'm saying stylistically,
what did Michigan just win a national championship with?
That was Jim Harbaugh. That was my point. Jim Harbaugh had a connective.
What did they do?
He had a connective tissue.
But Jim Harbaugh is a psycho. The connective tissue. Now, he was the guy that was, sleeping in bunk beds and climbing trees.
Yes.
The connective tissue was, I'm going to beat Ohio State and I'm going to win a national championship.
I look at, let's use the creme de la creme right now as an example. Oregon. Mm-hmm. What does Dan Lanning do? He's young. He's a genius.
Yeah, the relatability is insane.
They sling the ball all over the place. They're exciting. They're no huddle. They change uniforms every 5 minutes.
Yep.
And they have money. Phil Knight, thanks. I'm going there. Bill Belichick, at 100 years old, trying to convince me that we're going to do 3 yards in a cloud of dust and play defense, and we're not going to give you as much as Oregon. Sorry, bruh. Congrats on Brady and all the stuff you did before I was born or when I was a baby. I ain't interested. That's what I'm saying. There's no cool factor.
What does Georgia do?
Well, they pay. They get guys to the league. Kirby Smart. I would say Kirby Smart has way more swag than Bill Belichick. Kirby gets that good old boy going, and we're going to run through their faces.
They run the ball, and that front seven dominates games. I get the Oregon. Yeah, but it's all about the run game. I mean, they're throwing the ball more than they normally do this year, and look at how bad that offense is.
It's also the SEC, George. You can't just do anything you want in that conference. In the ACC, you can't.
Control the clock and beat the teams,
God.
man. Hey, you know what's crazy? So this date in 2000, this is from Boston Sports Throwback. The Patriot Ledger called Boston Loserville. Welcome to Loserville was their headline. Rick Pitino, Bill Belichick, Mike Keenan, and I think it was Jimmy Williams was a Red Sox manager that year. Those are the 4 coaches.
What year? 2000?
2000.
That's crazy.
Joe Mazzulla now, Gerard Mayo, Joe Sacco, and Alex Cora, the head coaches.
Yeah,
now. Just wild.
These kids that he's coaching weren't even born then.
Yeah.
I mean, that's my point, man. I don't know. I wish him the best. The thing I respect the most is the family aspect, as I mentioned. But I'm looking at the ACC right now as we talk. SMU, Clemson. So you have 2 teams from that conference in the college football playoff as we speak.
Yeah.
Miami damn near made it. Syracuse shocked everyone this year. They're on the up and up. In fact, they're not on the come up. They've arrived. Syracuse football is real. BC's on the come up. Virginia Tech, always a threat. FSU, always a threat, even in down years. This is no cakewalk here. I'm just saying, George, I just think we need to define success. I think he's going to get guys in the league, but I think his son's going to have more success than him.
Yeah, because he'll lay down the foundation and he'll be consistent. That's right. Fine. But I think he's still success is him getting UNC to that building block spot, getting guys in the league. Look at SMU. This is Rhett Lashley's 3rd season. He took him from 7 wins to 11 wins the last 2 years, and he had the 13th and 14th ranked transfer classes those first 2 years. Indiana, 3-9 last season. Kirk Cignetti comes in, 11 wins, brought 28 players with him, including his quarterback, Curtis Rourke. Arizona State, 3-9 in Kenny Dillingham's 2nd season. They're 11-2, won the Big 12. Sam Leavitt and Cam Scatterbo, transfer portal players. Boise State, Spencer Danielson. Yes, he had Ashton Jeanty already there. They went 8-6. He comes in first year, wins the Mountain West, 12 wins.
Woo.
Look, now the ACC is more competitive than the Mountain West, more competitive than the Big 12.
Yes.
And Indiana avoided all the big dogs except for Ohio State this year. So they ended up with 11 wins.
Right.
It's depending how the schedule falls, but it can happen quick. I think Bill Belichick will be in the college football playoff.
What did he sign, a 5-year deal?
5-year deal, 3 years are real.
Okay.
3-year plan.
Let's give him 5 for the sake of the question. Ready? Does Bill Belichick in 5 years win a natty with the UNC Tar Heels?
No.
I agree.
But if he gets, it's UNC, Trav. This is as if he went to Maryland. Yeah. This is as if he went to SMU.
Right.
I get it. It's UNC. It's a bigger brand. It's as if he went to Colorado.
Right.
They've won the conference since 1980.
Gosh.
They're a Belk Bowl, Duke's Mayo Bowl, Sun Bowl. What did you say? Spare Tire Bowl? Yeah. They are the Travis and George Furniture Store Bowl. Yeah, Spare Tire Bowl. Perfect. They're the Thomas Balekji Tire Coat Bowl. Like, that's what they are. All of a sudden, they might be in New Year's Six bowls? Are you effing kidding me?
Yeah, I went back, I hearkened back to when Tom Brady, Julian Edelman, and Gronk were all asked, hey, you think Bill could work as a college coach when this stuff was rumored? And they all went no in unison and laughed about it. If you enjoy football talk, catch Foxborough Rush every Monday for game reactions, Wednesday for draft talk, Fridays where maybe, perhaps, we're joined by UNC's new GM, Michael Lombardi. It's available on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, Spotify, Apple Music, and wherever else you get your podcast. All right, I've been waiting all day for Sunday night. Sunday Night Football, Packers at Seahawks. Talk to me. I mean, this is a NFC clash, 2 wild card teams. How do you feel about this one? Gut feel, my friend.
Both teams. I mean, Seattle right now, first place in their division. Insane. Packers are in a wild card spot, and they're not far off from missing the playoffs either. With just 4 losses, they can miss the playoffs.
Jeez.
Isn't like how insane that is?
That is insane.
Like a 5-6 loss team won't be in the playoffs in the NFC.
I think both of these teams make it, though, don't you? Gut feel?
I cannot predict this NFC West, but how Seattle's been rolling lately,
Yeah.
which has just like been very much going under the radar. Like they've won 4 straight,
Yep.
and they've beat the Cardinals twice, but the other 2 wins are San Fran, division tough, but San Fran's depleted, and the Jets, who absolutely stink. When they get matched up with the Bills, they get blown out. The Seattle team's up and down. This division is nuts.
Yeah,
But yes, to answer your question, I can see them both in the playoffs.
I can too.
Geno Smith against Jordan Love.
Why are you making that noise? You
I
love
love
Jordan Love.
I love Jordan Love. It's this Packers defense, man, is really good. Seattle's defense matches up good on the outside too. That's what's insane. Like their cornerbacks, not the best against the rush, and I think it's gonna be a Josh Jacobs game in all this, man.
Oh.
I think that's what it's gonna end up being. I mean, that's what he was last week. 3 rushing touchdowns. Jordan Love only had to throw 1 score, but it was all Josh Jacobs on the ground. Him with 3 scores when they got up close. Which is how Seattle matches up with their defensive backs and their corners. And Jordan Love's phenomenal. I like Matt LaFleur, and I like this Packers defense, and I like Josh Jacobs. So for that reason, I'll take it over first-year head coach and Geno Smith.
All right, let's put a number on it. I'm going to go, I agree with you. I'm going to go 27-24 Packers. And I like where you're going here. And we do this a lot. It's the NFL. I mean, you're the combo platter of head coach and quarterback matters. And we talk about this all the time. And so, yeah, you're right. First-year head coach and Geno against LaFleur and Jordan Love. I'm going to go LaFleur and Jordan Love as well. I like the Packers. I trust them more big picture once you get into the postseason itself. So I'll take them here. Close game. Jordan Love, game-winning drive, field goal, walk-off, Packers win. That's what I'll predict here, 27-24. But I do think we need to put some respect on the Seahawks name. And the reason I say it is because I've been the most disrespectful, okay? I came in a season predicting a 49er regression to a sense. Not to this level, but I thought they'd take a little step back. I thought the Rams would actually be better than they have been so far. And I thought the Seahawks would be vying for a wild card, and they'd come up short. And I thought the Cardinals were still building, right? That was sort of my NFC West forecast. And here we are, and the Seahawks just keep winning. And they keep winning the same way. They run the ball effectively, whether it's Walker or Charbonnet. It doesn't even matter at this point. They have an effective run game, and they commit to it. That's what I respect about them. I wish we did that around here in New England. Gerard Mayo, excuse me. So I respect that about him. And then Geno, you know, much like Sam Darnold, not quite as good, but he's resurrected his career. I like this team. They have weapons, Smith and Jigba, Metcalf. They got guys, George.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, I am putting respect on their name. Could they win the NFC West? Absolutely. They're leading it now, as George told you. I'd still take the Rams to win the West. I would. But I have come around and respecting the Seahawks enough and realizing that I've been sleeping on them. I do think they'll
Everyone
get.
has.
I do think they'll get in the playoffs. And by the way, depending on matchup, I mean, you never know who's going to win that putrid South division. If you're telling me that the Rams win the West and Seattle gets in as a wild card, George, and they have to go on the road, and they're playing who? Baker or God forbid, Kirk Cousins, the way he's looked, I mean, the Seahawks could win a playoff game. But I just trust the Packers' big picture. I think depending on matchups with the Packers, I wouldn't be shocked if they're in the NFC title game or even the Super Bowl.
The Lions locked up a playoff spot. They're 12-1. They're the 1 seed. The Vikings are 11-2. They're the 5 seed. And then the Packers are the 6 seed at 9-4.
So
that division is so
that's
damn
crazy,
good.
Bro.
Packers, 3 of their 4 losses are in the division. Man. Vikings, 1 of their 2 losses is in the division. The Lions are undefeated in that. But that's how competitive that division is, man.
That might be
facing
the best
the Lions,
in football.
you're facing the Vikings. It is this year,
Right?
by far.
Is it by far? What about
The Lions are the best offense.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Minnesota's the best defense and has a damn good offense.
I was gonna
and the
argue
Packers
for,
are great on both
I was
sides.
going to argue for AFC North, but the damn Browns. But, I mean, roster-wise, the Browns should be good, right? Yeah, it's NFC North. You're right. Well, could you argue the West? I mean, did we just stumble upon this? Are we looking at
No.
a battle between two teams in the best divisions in football? Because think about the NFC West. The Cardinals are a tough out. They're in it just as much as anyone. The 49ers are a walking mash unit, so you almost give them a slight pass for struggling this season, but they're still the 49ers. They're talented as all hell. They're well coached. Seahawks, Rams, and then we just talked about the North. These could be the two best divisions in football.
AFC West, Chiefs, Chargers, Broncos.
But the Raiders are ass.
Yeah, that's fine.
When you're
What are the
talking
49ers this year?
collective.
What are the 49ers this year?
They're not. Come on. You're going to put the Niners and the Raiders in the same
I
barrel.
am not. You are.
But
But
if
if we're talking
about? I'm saying top to bottom.
the Seahawks are in first place at 8-5. They're a 5-loss team. Where if they were in the division, they would be in third or last place in the AFC
in
West.
the AFC West?
It's a quality of the team, like watching the quality of the team too.
All right.
Chiefs, Chargers, Broncos, second best. NFC North is the best
NFC North is
by
the best.
far. If only the Bears were good.
They're not bad. They're not bad. The Bears aren't bad.
They have it. They have everything.
But
They have the base.
they don't have the
Quarterback,
chef.
wide receiver.
Right?
Yeah, they have all the
They
ingredients.
have all the ingredients.
They don't have the cook.
They don't have the cook. Right? Eberflus was in the kitchen just messing every damn thing up.
Eberflus is like, you went out, you opened up, you have a Michelin star restaurant that's been in the south of France, founded in like 1492, like on
What?
the water. And you just hired a kid fresh out of college, and you're like, hey, run this Michelin star restaurant.
Was the Nina, the Pinta, and the Santa Maria there too? What year did you pick?
1492.
Like, what are we doing?
Europe in 1490. Why did I go 1492?
I don't know.
I should have went like BC because it dates that far back.
No one paints a picture quite like my man GP.
The best thing the Bears did is not hire Bill Belichick, though.
Well, that wasn't going to happen.
Keep Ryan Poles.
I think it's
hire Bill
Vrabel.
Belichick.
They're going Vrabel.
Ben Johnson.
Oh,
I would hate to be a Bears fan right now.
I wouldn't. You get the right coach, you'll be okay. The Red Sox offseason is heating up, and the rumors are starting to swirl. Those Bears fans are going to come after you.
Yeah, they are.
We know you have a lot of questions about the Sox future, so we asked the players, coaches, executives, and the alumni those same questions on Nesson's Baseball Podcast 310 to Left. You can find it on YouTube, Spotify, Apple, Amazon, and wherever else you get your podcasts. Speaking of which, winter meetings have come and gone.
Yep.
Let's give some winners and some losers. We've been talking to TC the whole time out there. Did a great job, as always. So let's go winners and losers. Let's start, as always, with the winners, because I hate talking about losers. Who's your winners?
Winners, the Mets.
Yeah.
They got the best free agent in a long time.
Yeah.
I mean, there's going to be, since Shohei. But they got the best hitter in baseball on a 15-year deal.
Right.
And they just have an owner that's proving, like, I will stop at nothing and I will get everything you need.
Facts.
Best pure hitter in baseball, point blank, period.
Yep.
Astronomical number, $765 million. But when you lock him up for 15 years, with that AAV, literally in 5 years, he will be basically at market value. He's ahead of it.
Yeah.
And then 3 years from that, he'll be a bargain. And guess what? He'll still be in his prime because he is only 26. He will be 26 this upcoming season. At this age, that good of a hitter, the Mets are a winner. And then I put the Red Sox as a winner too.
Yeah.
Struck out on Max Fried, needed a lefty, needed an ace, and they got a lefty ace in Garrett Crochet.
Yeah, they did.
Young, not a heavy workload.
Under control.
He's going to be that next guy that no one wants to give up. And look, it was tough for them to part with Kyle Teal and Braden Montgomery, but the game is a game. Those guys are nothing but prospects. How good Crochet is with his command, his dominance, his size too. He is huge.
Big cat.
Lefty ace. Red Sox won it just by getting him, but they still need to add more. We'll see.
Keep leaving this out. I'm telling you, there's so much loyalty, and like I'm gonna play harder for you because they got him out of hell.
Yeah.
The White Sox are just a mess. It's abysmal. And the Red Sox came and rescued him. I think you're going to get the best Garrett Crochet possible because he's so thankful.
He's going to be like startled his first start in Fenway.
It's like, this is what love looks
Wait, there's
like.
more than 2,000 people here? I'll never forget. I had friends in from Seattle.
Yeah.
Leadoff hit of the game was a triple, I think, by Jaron Duran.
Yep.
And they were like, whoa. And I'm like, what? They're like, that was the loudest I've heard a baseball stadium ever. We're used to Mariner games.
Absolutely.
And I go, yeah, it's a first inning. And that was just a triple.
Yeah, brother. Like, I mean, it's like getting out of a toxic relationship, and then you get into a healthy, loving one, and you're like, wow, this is what it's supposed to be.
This is how I'm supposed to be treated.
I agree with you. I have the Red Sox as well, but I think we can both agree they're not done. But just from a winter meetings standpoint, the crochet move was clutch. It was like the buzzer that we do for What's Trending. Like, they hit it right at the buzzer. And, one exactly.
Damn it.
That one exactly. And listen, we know they're not done, right? There's more work to be done. But from a winter meetings perspective, I was really happy that they got the crochet deal done. I agree with you with the Mets as well. I mean, did you overpay? Of course you did. Do you have an owner that doesn't give a damn?
Yes.
Of course you do. George has told you. This guy rests his soul, but he is the new old man Steinbrenner. He is willing to do whatever it takes to get the talent there with the Mets, and I think he's stealing a lot of that luster in that town from the Yankees and bringing it over to the Mets side of things. They're young, they're hip, they have swag, they have that aura, and they have the momentum. With that being said, I'm still including the Yankees as a winner here. I think you had to get Fried, and they got him. I mean, I can't poo-poo that. I know you lose Soto, and I'm not saying it's addition by subtraction. But to have Fried and Garrett Cole as a 1-2 punch, my God. Now, you got to get a bat, but we're just talking the moves from this week. The Yankees answered the bell, man. Like, that is one hell of a 1-2 punch once you get to the playoffs. Fried and Cole, I can't knock that. I can't not have them as winners, even though they need more, just like the Sox.
Mm-hmm. Max Fried, Garrett Cole, I get what you're saying. Not hating on it. Where I feel on this, the Yankees are still losers. You got outbid by the team in your city, and you had Juan Soto in your building in the World Series.
Jeez.
And he chose $5 million more over you. Because Max Fried and Garrett Cole going to look great in the postseason. Going to look awesome with that 1-2 punch in 2-1 and 3-1 losses.
Yeah, well, you got to get a bat, George. But
they need
losers?
2 bats. They're not going to have a healthy Giancarlo Stanton once again.
I would agree
with that.
with
And they lost
that.
Juan Soto. It's always been a 2-man show for how many years in the playoffs? This year is Giancarlo and Soto. It's going to be Judge, who we've seen not come up in the playoffs. They need to make big moves before I could call them winners. You got Max Fried, nice. You still don't have bats. It's the same old song and dance with a lineup that can't perform in the postseason and is only dependent on dip and jack baseball and only dependent on Aaron Judge hitting home runs. Because it looks nice when you have Garrett Cole and Max Fried, but when you're not scoring runs, they need a third baseman, they need a first baseman that can defend and can hit, and they need someone to be the linchpin of a lineup around Aaron Judge.
Okay, everything you said is right. I just disagree with the loser part.
They got outbid by the Mets. You got outbid by your little brother.
But I'll say this. This is why I can't put them in Loserville. Okay, I got you. They got outbid by in their backyard in the Mets. But that's the NL. Who gives a rat's ass? If the Red Sox got Soto, then I put the Yankees in Loserville. Because now they've gone to a rival. They've gone to an in division, or the Blue Jays that were vying for him too, I think, right?
Yeah.
Like, if that happens, then that's a different conversation. But yeah, okay, he's in New York. He's in the NL. Who cares? I can't put – look, you can't get Max Fried, and I put you as a loser for anything. I'm sorry. I don't like the pinstripes as much as you, but damn it, man. Garrett Cole, Max Fried, no shot they're a loser for me. I'll give you my loser. Corbin Burns. Here's why.
He's going to get paid.
Yeah.
Boris client. Wait.
Where's the
Boris client.
Where's the urgency? Fried, Soto, Crochet. I mean, no one wants Corbin Burns? Snell. Where's the urgency? What am I missing?
Baseball
this guy's
moves
young.
slow.
Not for all these other players I just named.
Mm-hmm.
I have a little buyer beware. A little. And I don't know enough to know enough. And I refuse to pretend that I do on TV. You know what I mean?
Really?
But yeah, I don't pretend. I tell you, I don't know. But what's up with Corbin Burns? I'm putting him in loser because everyone else had that urgency. Hey, man, give them whatever they want. Pull that Brinks truck up to the crib and unload it. Corbin Burns still available? What's up? Mm-hmm. What's going on? Even the Sox. I'm like, Corbin Burns still out there. Get it done. Give him what he wants. And everyone's like, well, there's interest, but not that kind of interest. What's going on? So I got him as a loser.
a lot of teams were waiting for the shoe to fall and the shoe to drop when it came to Juan Soto.
Yeah.
Baseball is weird like that. Like you have this hot pace, all these signings, all the winter meetings.
Yeah.
Jordan Montgomery and Blake Snell last season
year,
bled into February.
That was
man.
weird.
I hope that doesn't happen. I think in March actually. Sorry. I hope that does not happen again. So it's
too.
weird.
But isn't it a little alarming to you?
He's gonna get paid. He's not.
Okay.
He hasn't ruled out returning to Baltimore, so he could just still be playing that too.
Maybe.
Baltimore.
I mean, if you're the O's, for sure now you got to get that done, don't you? Maybe they could be a loser.
They could be.
They
They're
could
a
be a
potential
loser,
loser if
bro.
they lose Burns.
They could be a loser.
And how they faltered in the playoffs.
Right.
Such a talented team. You have everything there. And Burns is so damn good.
I like him a lot. I still am holding out hope that the Red Sox get him. We know they're going to add an arm. And it's not if, it's who. And I get he's expensive.
Burns would make sense, but Burns would make sense because Crochet's 2 years of arbitration.
Right.
So say Crochet, 5-year deal. You don't trade for him all those assets without knowing an extension's on the other side.
Yeah.
You would give, let's say, Burns a 4-year deal. He's 30. Say 5-year deal. He's 30. You would only be overlapping paying them for 3 years because of Crochet's years of arbitration, which is crucial.
Right.
It can work.
It can work.
Yeah.
I believe again.
But then you have to figure out when are you paying a Jaron Duran, Sedan Rafaela.
Yeah, there's a lot of bills it's going to be due, huh? Gosh, baseball's expensive, isn't it?
Steve Cohen, he's worth almost $22 billion.
22 with a B?
Yeah.
Lord.
Next richest owner in baseball is like 10 or 11 billion.
Woo.
And the difference between 20 million and 10 million, it's substantial, it's not a lot. The difference between 20 billion and 10 billion is insane.
Right.
The difference between $1 billion and $1 million is nuts.
Yeah, you know what the difference is? Juan Soto, how much?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no problem.
I'll keep going.
No problem.
That's the thing, too, was Steve Cohen was not going to strike out on Soto. He was going to go all the way up
He
to
was gonna
850.
Whatever it took.
Yeah, he would have went up to $1 billion. He doesn't care.
Man, I'm telling you. I said it when he signed. Even Shohei was like, man, that's a lot of paper. Once.
And he gets that money now?
And he gets it
No
now.
deferrals?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Mets, man. Mets got it going on. And so do we, and so do you. We appreciate all of you rolling with us here on Boston Has Entered the Chat. It is another fine show, per usual. For Travis Thomas, George Balekji, we thank all of you for rolling with us. Till next time when we leave the chat and enter it again. Peace.